Alright, what's up people of the world? It's me again, Alex Swimmer, aka AP3 Jumped, and welcome to the Vlog 72, where I'm going to talk about the 10th anniversary of the Nintendo Wii. I know I'm a few days late, and on a side note, I'm down here in the washer area, in the unfinished side of the basement of my dad's house again. So, what I'm going to do for this video, I'm going to talk about my history with the Wii, just like I did with the N64 for that anniversary video. So let's get on to it. Well, my very first experience with the Wii was actually sometime in, I forget what year it was, but it was many years before I actually got a Wii myself. The very first time I ever played the Wii was, I guess, either 2007 or 2008. It was at my mom's best friend's house, and they had a Wii, obviously, and the very first thing that I did on the Wii was, or the very first thing I've seen on the Wii was the Mii Maker app, or the Mii channel as it was known back then. And I saw people making Miis, and then I made my very own Mii for the first time, and then I made a Mii of some other fictional character, which I'll talk about later. And then that was that. We made our Miis, and after that, we played a game which would be the very first Wii game I ever would have played, and that was Wii Party. However, that is the only time in my life I've ever played Wii Party. I've never been able to play Wii Party since that first time. Just the glasses real quick. That meme will exist in my gaming videos, but I am talking about gaming, so it fits. No pun intended, but... Now, jump forward to 2010. I finally get my hands on my own Wii, with my very first Wii game being Super Mario Galaxy, and I was obviously blown away by that game as one of my favorite Mario games ever made. And then several months later, I was actually able to get Galaxy 2, and I got Galaxy 1 in August of 2010, and I played Galaxy 2. I got that game around in January 2011, so it was like 5 months or so between the two games I got to play them. And like I said, I don't think y'all probably know this, but Galaxy 1 and 2, both of them are some of the best Mario games. They're my favorite Mario games of all time, both of them. They're in the same spot. I don't really prefer one over the other, to be brutally honest. I think both games are equally as awesome and fun, and you guys already know how great those games are. But from my personal perspective, they're my favorite Mario games of all time, and possibly my favorite video games, period. So, yeah. Let's see, other Wii games. My other first... the other game that I got with Super Mario Galaxy was Wii Sports. And man, Wii Sports was one hell of a party game, I'll tell you. And its sequel, Wii Sports Resort, that has got to be one of the best sequels for any game I've ever seen. Wii Sports Resort has a bunch more new content. I love the setting, Woohoo Island, which I had no idea would appear in later games. Oh, I had no idea Mii's would be a staple for Nintendo consoles either, but same thing with Woohoo Island. But me and my family has spent so much time on Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. Those games are just so fun. I even did all the little side missions in both games. I think I did them all, actually. Hell, I even got like little accessories for my Wii for the different sports that they had. That was fun. Another Wii game I got, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, which is a pretty fun game. I won't get to too many details into the game itself, but I did love the game. And Super Paper Mario is another great game. It's right now my favorite Paper Mario game of all time, amongst the other ones, and 1,000 Year Door is pretty damn close. I haven't played Color Splash just yet, so I'm pretty sure I'll enjoy Color Splash, but I'll talk about that another time. Mario Kart Wii is another Wii game that I got. That was a pretty fun and interesting game, and there's still one Wii... Sorry about the noise. There's still one other Wii game I'm trying to get, and that's Donkey Kong Country Returns. I still haven't been able to play that, but I've seen some Let's Plays and long plays of it. And Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I barely ever played, but I still know it from at the back of my hand as if I had played the game. I've seen people play. I've seen long played Subspace Emissary, and the Subspace Emissary was pretty exciting, although a bit tedious because the very last level, the maze, that seems very tedious, and so yeah. I played Brawl at all. I think I only ever played a demo of it, but it still seemed like a fun game, especially with Salt Snake. So yeah. So the next thing I'm going to talk about are the virtual console games I got on the system. I got a hell of a lot of virtual console games on there. I got the first 4 Super Mario Bros. Games, Lost Souls included, and Super Mario World, a couple of Mario Kart games, the first 2, Yoshi's Story, Paper Mario 64, Super Mario RPG, and I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. So I got 11 virtual console games, and I only got one like WiiWare game, and that was Bejeweled 2, one of my favorite puzzle games of all time. And it's because of that. That's why there's so many clones of Bejeweled, Candy Crush included. So yeah, suck on that, Candy Crush, pun intended. Yeah. Next thing I'm going to talk about are the apps. Let me start off with Mii Maker. Let me tell you, I made a whole shit ton of Miis, so much so that I had to transfer a lot of them over into the Mii Plaza, because you can only store 100 Miis in the regular Mii Central thing, the main part of the Mii channel. So if you don't have enough, you gotta transfer them to the Mii Plaza, which you're actually able to hold more than 100 in the Mii Plaza, where they're all just walking. I still don't really understand the purpose of the Mii Plaza up until this day, but let me tell you about the types of Miis I've created, and the types of Miis that I still create to this day. I create family members of, first off, I create me, obviously, and family members. I also create fictional characters in popular culture. I create celebrities. Hell, I even create original Mii characters. And which, yeah. I created a whole bunch of crazy looking Miis. And some of those Wii Miis I've carried over to other systems, such as the 3DS and the Wii U. And I'll go on to make more original Miis throughout the different systems for the 3DS and the Wii U. Although it's funny, on the side note, for the Wii U, all the Miis I had to remake on the 3DS, but all those Miis actually transferred over to the Wii U, so I wouldn't have to remake them again, since those consoles are hand in hand. But yeah. Other apps, the Wii had a bunch of apps. It had the photo channel. There was a lot of interactive apps, such as Everybody Votes channel, Check Me Out channel. It had a default weather and news channel. I didn't look at the news channel all that much, but all the other apps I used extensively. Some of which were default to the system, others you had to download to the from the Wii Shop channel, which has one of the coolest little themes. And the theme is actually pretty nostalgic for me now. One other thing I should bring up is playing GameCube games on the Wii. And sorry, but I played a lot of GameCube games on the Wii too, actually. And you know what's funny is that oftentimes when I would play GameCube games, I would switch between playing on the original GameCube and on the Wii, because all I need is a controller, a memory card, and a game. And then you can pick which system to play it on. Speaking of backwards compatibility, I never bothered transferring all my data on my original Wii to the Wii U. I've never played any Wii games on the Wii U, actually. I've looked at the menu for it, but I've never even bothered to do a system transfer. It's because I kind of cherish my Wii and all of what's on it. I don't know, but if I do transfer it and all my stuff from the old Wii to the Wii U, then I could maybe homebrew the Wii and maybe be able to play some Wii hacks, such as newer Super Mario Bros. Wii. That's one hack I've been able to be able to play. I've never played any ROM hacks. However, I played a lot of Mario Flash games, but I'll talk about that in another video, I guess. So that's my story with the Wii. With that out of the way, let's go with randomness, shall we? I'm going to jump cut at my mom's house and show off randomness over there. Alrighty, the random object of the day is something, it's a little piece of merchandise for one of the best damn games I've ever played and probably ever will play. It is the Prima game guide for Super Mario Galaxy 2. Yeah, this damn thing right here, it's pretty freaking neat. And I bought this in tandem with the game at the same time, and this was only like $10, and most of these can cost like $20 nowadays. But like I said, I since I knew the game was going to be a bitch and a half to play, really challenging, I figured why not buy this. I mean, nowadays I wouldn't really need this anymore, because really the only thing you need to look up for the game are the green stars. And even though there's actually one or two inaccuracies involving the green stars, so I had to find those myself. But even if you know where all the green stars are looking through a guide, it's still a pain in the ass to collect all of them. To actually collect the damn stars. But enough with the side tangents. Here's the logo on the side, and here's the title. It also says Premier Edition. It says Prima Games. It's the logo. And the back has artwork of Starship Mario with a bunch of NPCs on there. Luma's a Bon Buddy and a Whittle. Starburst, among other things. And if you open the book, you get a bunch of detailed instructions on each of the different galaxies. Now, I actually read through all these and actually played the game this way. I didn't quite discover anything for myself, at least not fully. But even with this guide at hand, it was still pretty darn fun to play. See, there's a bunch of different stuff on here, and there's a thing on the front. There's on the Co-Star Luma. I've actually played 2-player in both Galaxy 1 and 2, and with the Co-Star Luma, it's actually much easier and funner, because the second player is a hell of a lot more involved in this game than in the first Galaxy with its multiplayer functionality. And it also came with this little thing. It tells you about the guide, the premier guide to exploring the galaxy. There's Dash Yoshi. There's a map of one of the planets for the first galaxy in the game. I think it's Starship Galaxy. I should remember the damn name, but I don't. And it's got all these stuff. Hard 20 got green stars on it, and it has a mini poster that comes along with it, which I still have. By the way, I really should hang this up somewhere, but the back's kind of dirty. But I still have the mini poster to this day. And while it can be argued that these game guides are pretty much obsolete nowadays, because you can pretty much look up anything you need a game for online. And after I beat Galaxy 2, it wasn't until after I beat Galaxy 2 that I discovered the Mario Wiki for the first time. That was when I was browsing through my internet browser on the Wii, and that's when I discovered the Mario Wiki for the very first time. Now I just look up anything I need to on there. However, I still might look in there for green stars just for old time's sake. But yeah, I would show you more, but there's a lot to go through. And also an NPC list of the enemies and tips and tricks, which actually, even if you played the damn game before, you're still going to need those tips and tricks. Hell, the original manual for the first Galaxy game had tips and tricks. Because these games, while fun, they are challenging as hell. It's looking at you, perfect, Ryan. But, a random fun fact about Mii's. Did you know that Masahiro Sakurai originally was thinking about putting Mii fighters in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, but ultimately decided against it, and obviously decided to wait until Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Wii U to do that. But yeah, this is a really awesome. It is a really awesome collector's thing to have at the very least. It also glistens too, if you look carefully. Yeah, I can't wait to look through this again one day. It was really fun. But if you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to stay tuned for more videos. There's one really big update video that I'm going to upload later on this week. It involves me and my best friend Tyler, aka T-Bone188. One of my best friends. I have a lot of best friends, but that's beside the point. The main update involves him, T-186, and so yeah, stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for other videos as well. I'm Alex Warmer, aka AP3 Jones. Thank you so much for watching until the end. That's it for me, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.